people of the internet, David Lucas did not make the cut. And you might be thinking to yourself, what cut? Well, let me just show you. Notice anything strange? I'll give you a second. Still, have you seen it yet? No, you haven't seen it? Because I don't either. You might notice here, where is David Lucas in the promotional Kill Tony materials for Netflix? You know, if there was anybody that really broke out of Kill Tony, I would say the ones that are the top, or at least the most talked about and memorable from the Kill Tony fans, would be David Lucas, William Montgomery, and then Hans Kim. Well, you can see William Montgomery right there to the left of Tony, and then to the left of William is Hans Kim. Surprisingly, Tony allowed Red Band in the picture. I bet he yelled at him a lot on that photo shoot. But you see Red Band, Cam Patterson, and then Ricky Bobby. I don't know who that guy is right there. And then let's not forget Ari Maddie, a relatively new member to Kill Tony, one of the new regulars. So you might think this is strange. And when I saw it, I instantly had to think about what is going on here. So what I'm going to present to you right now is just a theory, but I'm willing to bet it's exactly what happened. So first off, it doesn't make any sense at all that David Lucas would not be in the promotional material, right? As a Kill Tony regular that Tony has taken on tour, Tony has done all the stuff. I mean, there are just tons and tons of clips of these guys going back and forth. And I would say for Kill Tony fans, David Lucas was probably one of the biggest draws outside William Montgomery. I think those two were some of the biggest draws for comedians that made it on Kill Tony. Now, I just want to kind of look like, well, what happened to David Lucas so that he wouldn't end up on the promotional materials? You know, Tony always says he would never compromise. He does what he wants. Nobody tells him what to do. He can't be canceled. But not only are we looking at what happened to David Lucas, but I think when we start looking at that as well, we find out that, oh, Tony is willing to sell out. He is willing to cancel somebody in his own group that he has used to create this success so he can have a Netflix deal. Because you know what? Netflix, my guess, just strange little guess of mine, my guess is Netflix have a problem. That's my guess. But let's just look at it. So we can see here, back here, 6 months ago. Remember that. 6 months. Remember that. Right here, you see David Lucas at Madison Square Garden. Up to this point right here, Madison Square Garden was the biggest thing that had happened to Kill Tony. I mean, they had a lot of fame, but they sold out a few nights, I believe, for Kill Tony. And that was like the pinnacle of their success, you know, for any comedian or anybody in any kind of entertainment to sell out Madison Square Garden is success. So the biggest moment up until this time for Kill Tony and Tony Hinchcliffe, David Lucas was there. So why isn't he on Netflix? If he's at Madison Square Garden, why isn't he at Netflix? I just have to say before we go any further, right, that I don't know if he will be in the filming. This brings up an interesting point. If he's not on the promotional materials, will he be able to be in the 3 Kill Tony specials that are on Netflix? This is why it's so interesting, because there has to be a reason Netflix did not want him on the promotional materials. So we'll go further. 6 months ago. I mean, there it is. 6 months, biggest moment. David's there. You see up a month ago, David is posting clips of Kill Tony. There's no talk of, hey, don't that. And I think he's even been on an episode recently. Right? And now, this is happening right now. The Killers of Kill Tony, which is a tour. I found this article just to put it up. This was from March 11th. So you see, it says here, Where is it? Or is this? Okay, yeah. It says the killers that killed Tony showcase the familiar characters of the podcast during longer stand-up shows. The current lineup is Ari Maddie, David Lucas, Hans Kim, Martin Williams, and Harlan Williams. Doesn't that sound like a giant bore? But anyways, he's in the Killers of Kill Tony. I don't know specifically. I have to say, because you have to tie up all the loose ends, is the Killers of Kill Tony a specific Kill Tony production, like owned, or is it the regulars, because of their fame from the show, put on their own tour, which, you know, they split or whatever? I don't know that. So there could be a problem there. There could be a problem. So I just think, I keep thinking to myself, what did David Lucas do? What did David Lucas do? What did David Lucas do? Well, it brings me back to this moment. Remember what I said 6 months ago? I think this happened after the Madison Square Garden thing. Maybe it was time like that. I'm not really sure, but it happened around the same time. 6 months ago. And you've seen since this time, as big as these, oh, they don't tell me what to do. You can't cancel me. Blah, blah, blah. Ooh, 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 ooh. We're part of the Rogan sphere. Well, you know what? There's rules to everything, and I think Netflix has a little more influence than the Rogan sphere. Just saying. So Netflix probably caught wind of this. Should we watch it? Of course, of course.
But some of these niggas is out here gorilla pimping, bro. They beating the shit out of these hoes.
What kind of pimp would you be?
Gorilla pimp.
You what?
I strangle a bitch
To death?
to the point to the brink of death. To the brink of death.
Yeah.
That bitch will see the light, then I bring her back.
Yeah.
So at this moment, you're thinking to yourself, this guy, you know, everyone thinks it's a joke. Look at Williams Montgomery's face. He knows he's going into some weird water. You know, as much as I don't like William Montgomery, I think he understands. You could see it in his face. He understands everything that's being said from this moment forward. And it lets me know that among some of these comedians, even though he really didn't do anything and he still put this up, there's got to be some kind of like soul in these guys where they have some limits, you know? So up until this point, he just said he would strangle a woman until the brink of, you know, dying. Okay, let's keep going.
I was like,
Get your ass up, bitch.
bro, did I ever tell you the story about the...
That ass up, bitch.
I hope she don't... I hope... What's the statute of limitations with
what?
With violence?
So now David is basically saying he did something and he needs to know the statutes of limitations because he can't hold it in any longer. So let's see what David says. I wonder if Netflix saw this. You take a guess.
Violent.
The only time I was young,
That's
bro.
a broad thing. That's a broad thing.
I was young, bro, and I know she don't watch this, but if she do, goddamn it, she gonna.
What happened when you were young?
I was like 21, 22, fresh to LA, bro. I was dating this one girl. We had a studio apartment together.
Yeah.
We argued a lot, and
what happened?
This one time, I used to be a crazy boyfriend, bro. I used to be like one of them little jealous niggas. And she was taking a shower when she was about to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you about to go out and be a hoe, this, that, and the other. I was like, I might as well just stop fucking with your ass. And then she said something like, I was like, yeah, I was talking shit like, yeah, you gonna miss this dick. And she was like, I can always suck another. Or something like it set me off, and I grabbed that bitch from behind her neck, bro. And that bitch, I choked her, dog, and she passed out. She passed out of my arm in literally like 5 or 6 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was laughing because he didn't realize what was be saying. I always like this moment of this clip because William Montgomery's like, ha ha ha, oh my God. Yeah, bro. Yeah. What? And now he's thinking, this is crazy, right? Hopefully that's the look on his face. I don't know. I don't speak for him. But, you know.
So scared I thought
Was that in the shower?
She was drying off.
drying off.
Yeah, bro, she collapsed him on. That was scary.
That look right there. Tell me in the comments what that look right there means. I mean, he's either looking at the camera guy. I don't think these guys had a producer, but he's going, right? So I wonder if Netflix saw that. I don't know. Let's keep going. I don't know if this is enough yet. Quite enough for Netflix to not put him anywhere near the show. But we'll see.
As a bitch, bro.
What'd you do?
As soon as she hit the ground, she woke back up. I started crying.
Did you drop her or you sort of set her on the ground?
Bro, I literally, like, imagine you choking somebody.
Yeah.
And before you know, they just pass out.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I wasn't prepared to catch a body.
Right.
To catch her falling body.
Literally and figuratively.
Man, listen, bro. When she fell to the ground and she woke up, she was like, what happened?
What'd you say? You slipped in the bathtub?
I told her that she was yelling and then she just fell out.
What did she say? How'd she take that?
She believed it. But then, like, when we later on down the line, I told her I had choked her.
What did she say?
We were just real physical, bro. She used to whip my ass, bro. She broke my laptop and I lied to my mom and told her that I had
anyways, you know, if Netflix puts their name on something, right? If Netflix put their name on something, I'm sure it's not going to be near this guy. Now I could be wrong. We're entering a new age. People aren't being canceled anymore. I get it. But I think the clip will stand the test of time. And I just don't know if Netflix would want this guy to be represented by them. You know what I mean? But anyways, tell me your thoughts. Is this just a theory? Did David Lucas, was it he just couldn't fit in the promotional material, or what? Why wasn't he there? Am I completely out of my mind, or is David Lucas gonna be from the Netflix thing altogether? Well, only time will tell. And hopefully you don't get dropped on the ground and told you yelled and passed out.
Do you like to thank you? Don't stay.